Same old throne rebuilt from newer words and younger lungs. Call it spirit, call it healing, call it shadow, call it light. But I know a crown and costume when I see one dressed in white. A lot of people say they left religion in the dust, then build another altar out of symbols, fear and trust. Borrow young and borrowed hermits, higher selves in sacred flame, then hand the crowd a softer whip and tell them it has changed. It looks less like a church at first, less rigid, less declared, but it still builds a worldview with interpreters prepared. Still creates the ones who know and all the ones beneath. Still sells a cleaner hierarchy and calls a rank in peace. That's where the language starts to rot, when mystery gets fenced and bought. The moment someone maps the soul, they start confusing power with control. I do not need a priest in modern clothing. I do not need a ladder to the sky. Spirit does not need branding, rank, or spokesman. Truth does not get stronger when it's organized. No throne, no pedestal, no holy performance, no guru measuring what I am. The only war worth calling sacred is the one against the liar in my hands. They start explaining who is sleeping, who is blocked, who is awake, who is dark, who is ascended, who is pure, who is mistake. That is not a deeper wisdom, that is ego in a robe. Spirits lose superiority with a softer kind of code. And I don't need religion telling me that I am stained, so it can sell me fear and judgment, then call dependence faith. If God exists, I'd rather face that through responsibility, through consciousness and will and change, not kneeling to a seat. Integrity is worth more than 1,000 borrowed sacraments. Compassion weighs more in the end than metaphysical measurements. I do not need a priest in modern clothing. I do not need a ladder to the sky. Spirit does not need branding, rank, or spokesman. Truth does not get stronger when it's organized. No throne, no pedestal, no holy performance, no guru measuring what I am. The only war worth calling sacred is the one against the liar in my hands. High frequency talk with a low-grade hunger, painted up ego in a veil of wonder. Shadow work sermon with a rank underneath it. Wake up, rise up, buy in, believe it. Same old pattern in a different arrangement. Dogma in crystals and therapeutic language. Purity, postures, and awakened status. Vanity wrapped in a spiritual practice. Light worker jargon, divine masculine. Everyone's selling a cleaner catechism. Some mock Christ, some market self-rule. Some just rebuild another kind of cult school. I don't need saving by a self-made guide. I can face myself without a sponsored high. No halo economy, no soul brand plan. No one gets holy by ranking man. Harm is harm when a hand leaves bruising. A lie is a lie when a tongue starts using fear as a ladder, shame as a leash. That is not spirit, that is hunger with speech. And every faith, every mask, every secular throne can still rise from vanity dressed as